Mega Games. Oh.
All right. Let me see. We live. Yep, it looks like we live. Yeah. Y'all can hear me? I'll make sure y'all can hear me good so y'all can hear me. All right. I'll just let a few more people get in here. Let me see y'all in the chat and then we can talk about this. Diesel, what's good, fam? Yo, Melon, what's good, fam? I see you in here in a little minute. Yeah. All right. So there's a few y'all getting here. All right, we can start talking about this. Start off right with the dono. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, man, you got ponies in the chat already. All right, listen. All right, let's get straight into it, man, because I don't want to be here very, very long, but I do want to give my honest opinion of this. I was pre-recording this video, and I said there's no real reason to since I'm just talking. Green guy. All right, so everybody in the chat, here we go. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I do want to say that I know my opinion is not going to be a favorable opinion. I know that a lot of people may get upset at what I'm going to say in this review, or should I say first impression. But please understand, I got to be honest. So I don't want to sit here and damage control and lie about things that's just not true. So with that being said, pray for me because I'm about to be very honest about this. And I don't think I think there's going to be people that's not going to like what I'm going to say. And I'm hoping it won't be that bad. But you know how crazy YouTube is, right? Okay, so let's get straight into it. First of all, my honest opinion of the console. Let's just start from the beginning. When you plug the Xbox One X in, you are treated to this intro that's exclusive to the Xbox One X. Now, the Project Scorpio and the regular Xbox version, it's the same. But when you plug it in, there's this setting, there's this screen that comes on that it looks dope. You get what I'm saying? It's amazing. And, you know, you set up your console, and it doesn't feel like when you put the Xbox One on, it doesn't feel like when you put the Xbox One S on. It's something different. It's exclusive. And I'm like, yo, that's pretty dope. That's good. Great. Once I got past that and I got to the UI, I'm going to be honest here. I was very disappointed because, for one, I don't like the way they upgraded the UI, but not just that. I hate that it looks the same. Now, I'm not going to talk about the other console by name right now, but what I am going to say is when I upgraded my other console, I saw the difference when I went to the UI. There was a resolution difference. There's no resolution difference here on the Xbox One X, and I don't understand why they did that. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I hope that Microsoft realizes this and they update this dashboard so that it can at least be 4K. Because it being the same exact dashboard, pixel for pixel, as the 1080p version is very disappointing. It starts the experience kind of down the wrong path. Now, it's not that bad, but it's disappointing because all that power, and then you see the same thing, it kind of leads you to think that this is not what you were expecting. And I want to say that because I have to put these things out here, hoping that Microsoft will hear these things or people will agree and we could get this to them and they can fix this. So the UI definitely needs to be upgraded so that it looks like you upgraded your console. It should not look this exact same. I honestly almost feel like the UI looks slightly more crisp on my Xbox One S. And that is very disappointing. Okay, so the UI is disappointing. Definitely. I expected more from that. Between that and how cumbersome it is, they need to fix it because there was an update that I had about a month ago that was perfect, but they need to up the pixel count, the resolution, whatever it is they need to do. They need to upgrade that. It looks very it just is not what you would expect. It looks exactly the same. That's a no-go. The other platform, if you plug in their OG console and you plug in their upgraded console, it's not the same. It looks better. Xbox, you need to fix that. So my first complaint with this console is that when I plugged it in and got to the UI, it was exactly the same. And that's just my very honest opinion. Anybody who gets upset about that, that's fine. But you do need to be honest. And if you can honestly tell me it's not the same, please let me know, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing this and nitpicking. So I want people to honestly tell me, does that UI looks different? Because I know it doesn't. And I'll actually pre-record a video because I still have my OG Xbox right here. I checked for myself. The UI look exactly the same. And that is very disappointing. So that's the first fuck up for the console as far as me approving it or saying that you should upgrade. So when it comes to the UI, the competitors' UI is upgraded when you upgrade their console. And I don't understand why the Xbox One X did not follow suit with that. So I'm very disappointed. So that's the first mistake. Okay, so let's move on because there's a couple. Once you get past that, there's the whole process of putting in the 4K games. Now, when I put the 4K games into the console, whether it be disc or downloading from the ones I have in my digital library, I noticed there was a problem right there. The games took a very, very long time to download, and they took up a huge amount of space. Gears of War 4 is like 113 gigs. Halo 5 is another 103 gigs. Killer Instinct, for some odd reason, is like another 100 gigs. Recore is what, 80 gigs? I mean, I could look right now and tell you, but the bottom line is I put about 8 games on there and my hard drive was dead. And I'm sitting here like, wow, it was nice going from 500 to a terabyte, but you're definitely going to have to get an external hard drive with the console. So that's something that they need to make it a little bit easier to either change the hard drive on the console, or they definitely need to start packaging these things with higher hard drive options available, which is something I thought they should have did in the beginning. So the fact that they're giving you 1 terabyte and that can only hold anywhere from 8 to 10 Xbox One enhanced games is definitely bad. Now, one thing the UI did do right, when you go to your library, you can actually filter out all the non-Xbox One X enhanced games, and you can see what games have the enhancements. Now, what disappointed me about this is when I put that filter on and I went to the Xbox One X enhanced games and I played one, particularly Dead Rising 4, it didn't look any different. And it downloaded about an additional 20, 30 gigs. And the game looks exactly the same. So what did the patch actually do for the game? The frame rates is the same. The pixels are the same. The textures are the same. I was very disappointed. So let me talk about my experience with the games real fast. The first game I tried was Halo 5. Halo 5 was actually pretty good looking. If you want to display the power of the console, Halo 5 is a good game because you can't get that on PC as far as the campaign and stuff like that. And when you put it in, it does noticeably look different and better. Okay, so the visuals on Halo 5 actually look better because I actually thought Halo didn't have good graphics. But when I saw it in the Xbox One X, that's the first time I actually saw Halo and thought it looked good. Now, Gears looks amazing as well. But here's one problem that I noticed with the Xbox One. The HDR is something wrong with it. It seems to darken everything in a way that it shouldn't. And for some reason, I had HDR on my Xbox One S and it doesn't do that. So it's something going on with the patches that they're using. It seems like they need more time because these patches are not right. There's something wrong about the way these games are being optimized. And I'm not going to sit here and say that, I know they're going to fix this. This is something I know they're going to fix down the line. But as of right now, based off what they're showing me, I can't recommend that anybody upgrade to this console. And I know people are going to get mad at what I'm about to say or what I just said, but it's the truth. Because now we run into the issue of what games do you play? Unfortunately, I have to say that. Because if you're somebody who never played an Xbox One, this is the console for you. This is the console for you. Okay? This is definitely the console for you. If you never played Xbox One and you have a 4K TV, then this console is great. If you have an Xbox One or Xbox One S, due to the fact that there's no games to currently play new, or if you played the old ones, $500 is too much to spend to get the same thing again. So I had to make this video because I was really trying to find reasons to tell people, yo, you should get the console. I can't find any reason to tell people to upgrade. The only thing I can tell you is if you never played an Xbox One and you have a 4K TV, then this is the perfect console for you to jump on and see what Xbox has to offer. You know, I didn't get the Quantum Break yet because it was only 1440p. And that was very disappointing. That I played a couple of games and I didn't like what I saw. Now, with that being said, the hardware is definitely there. I'm not trading in my Xbox One X. Now, under normal circumstances, I would in this situation. But I'm going to have faith that games like Battlefront 2 and multiplats going forward will be better to cop on my Xbox One X. So I'm going to keep it. But Assassin's Creed Origin kind of like put me in a situation where I don't feel like that's worth $500 to get 3 extra frames per second and a couple of pixels. Now, the difference people are going to say is huge. Granted, fine, but I'm on PC. So for me to tell somebody go from one console to another and pay $500 for 3 extra frames per second and a couple more P's on the resolution is just not something I could justify. You know? So in my honest opinion, I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed in the fact that we don't have games to play on this console. Honestly. I mean, the hardware is there. I have faith in it. I'm going to keep my Xbox One X, but I honestly would have traded this thing if it wasn't any other console, any other situation. So with that being said, between my experience currently as of today and what the Xbox One X has to offer, I would have to say that I can't recommend somebody upgrade to this console for $500. However, I could say that if you don't have an Xbox and you were thinking about it and you have a 4K TV, that this is for you. You can buy the console. It comes with the Game Pass. The Game Pass does have Xbox One enhanced games inside of it that you can try, like Recall and things of that nature. But honestly, in my personal opinion, they kind of needed more time with the console. They needed more time to release the console. It seems like the patches are not correct, which is something I expected. And there's no games. There's nothing that they needed a game to come out with it. Like the other console had Horizon, stuff like that. They needed that one game. The Switch had Zelda. They needed a game to come out with it. And then I'm not talking about Forza. I'm talking about something that most people would play. Not just sport, not a sports title, not an enthusiast title. They needed that killer game. Yo, Silent, what's good, fam? And I'm disappointed because right now it's just sitting there as a great piece of hardware with nothing to play on. Now, I know people are going to say play your old games, but who the hell wants to play their old games over when currently right now there's like 10 games that just recently came out? So with that being said, man, my honest opinion of the console is I don't think it's really worth upgrading to at the moment. So like I said, I spent 3 days with the console trying everything I could, you know. Under normal circumstances, I honestly would have probably traded this thing back or returned it just because of the amount of money that thing cost. But I'm going to hold out and hold faith. But Battlefront 2 is going to pretty much determine that. Battlefront 2 is going to determine that. If we don't see a huge difference in resolution with Battlefront 2, then I think I know what the climate is going to be going forward. So, I know a couple of Xbox dudes out there going to hate me further than they already do, but it's kind of all right because them dudes don't really mess with me like that too much, as y'all noticed. But for me to say I'm a gamer and lie and tell you guys that this console is great, it's amazing, it has potential to be all of those things. It's just not those things right now. And that's just my honest opinion. That's my first impression. If something changes, I will gladly come up here and let you guys know because I want to see this console do everything that it has potential to do. But currently right now, it's just sitting there. And, you know, it's disappointing, to be honest. I just finished playing Dead Rising 4. And, you know, I downloaded all those gigs of data. And it's the same exact game when I switch to my Xbox One S and play it. It's the same thing. I don't see any differences. I saw there was like maybe a little HDR possibly going on, but when I checked, that was my TV. It changed my TV setting to auto HDR, which is very weird that the console did that. For some reason, when I switched to that game, instead of it turning on HDR, it turned my TV's fake version of HDR on. So there's a lot of stuff that I could tell Microsoft needs time to fix and improve and patch. So I'm gonna hold faith, but this is gonna be my first week impression, because that's what I'm gonna title this video. Because hopefully in another month or two, things will be back to normal like it was when the Pro released, because it needed time. And people were bashing and talking about, why do these games run like this and da-da-da. And then a couple of patches started rolling out and they were able to fix it. So I'm not gonna completely bash the console just yet. But within 1 week, I can honestly say this is not something you need to rush out and spend $500 to get unless you have never played an Xbox. If you are somebody that's looking to upgrade, it's definitely not $500 worth of money that needs to be spent to see what they have to offer. For someone in the chat who asked me, did I play Call of Duty? Yes, I did. I actually have a live stream up of me playing that. I played the first 2 or 3 stages in the campaign. So with that being said, that's just my take on it. You know, God bless everybody out there that wants to damage control and feels differently. I'm sure there's people out there that's going to say the console's great, everything's great about it. I just can't agree with that right now. It has potential to be all of those things. It's just not right now. There's nothing that you can really point on this console and go, hey, you know, the killer games are going to be Gears of War 4. 4 is a 7 for the people who like cars. Halo 5 is definitely up there because you definitely see an improvement. Quantum Break. There's a couple of games if you never played them. But if you play these games, then yeah, it's not worth it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that the hardware is amazing. The controller feels nice. The controller almost feels like an Elite controller. The back of it has like kind of a grip to it, almost like the Elite controller. It feels similar to the rubber that's on the Elite controller. And this has the feel like when you buy the original Xbox One. That controller for some reason felt better than the other iterations of the controller that they made. Pardon me. And this one has that feel, and it feels so nice that I actually use it now as my standard controller, and I just use my Elite controller when I play on PC. So the controller is definitely doing good if I decided to game with it, because I usually take the controllers and put them away. Now, AC, I appreciate that comment. Honestly, though, I do have to say that I wish I could lie to y'all, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I could sit up here and lie to y'all. I honestly didn't really want to do the video because I know people are going to be mad at me for saying this, but I can't lie to y'all either, if you get what I'm saying. I don't want to be up here lying about it. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say the Pro is a better console, because by far it's definitely not. But it's only $350 or $400. When you get into the $500 range with no games, then it becomes a thing where, do you really want to spend $500 just to play the same stuff you played before? The 4K upgrades and the HDR upgrades are definitely not as noticeable as they should be either. Halo had a good graphics bump. Gears did, but outside of those 2 games, I didn't really see it. Even Killer Instinct looked better, but not enough to say, hey, $500, man, you're really going to see your money's worth on those games. So with that being said, man, I know people are going to cry and carry on, and I'm going to get all kinds of secret hate and all of that, but it's all good. Like I said, I just didn't want to lie to you guys. I wanted to get my opinion out there on it. And, you know, I'm glad I got the console. I'm going to hold faith that the console's good. If you had to buy both of them, I mean, $100 is worth it. Like I said, if you had to buy a Pro or an Xbox One X, definitely buy the Xbox One X over the Pro. But once again, here's the problem. If you buy the Xbox One X over the Pro and you're not upgrading, you just lost out on a bunch of good exclusives. See, it's really boiling down to the games here. Yes, the Xbox One does have a lot of power, but what happens when you spend $500 and you buy it and now you're sitting there playing no games? You got like maybe a handful of games to play, and then you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, when you could save that $100 and buy the other one and buy a bunch of good exclusives that actually look not bad. You know, they get, when it comes to graphics, right? This whole thing has been about graphics with these mid-gen consoles. And when it comes to graphics, when you look at the exclusives, you can't really bring up graphics because both consoles have exclusives that look good. Now, for some reason, one has more power, but the graphics are still not as good as the one with less power. So I'm not trying to make this a console thing. I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all. When you look at it from a gamer perspective, it would be very wise to actually buy the one that has more games, right? You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to exclusives, you may have a PC laying around and there you go. Now you have the same problem where those games you can play on a shitty PC, they might not run as good or look as beautiful, but now you have the best of both worlds because you can have a console to play those exclusives and then you can play Xbox's exclusives on PC. So we fall into the same problem again where, yeah, for $500, I don't know if I could tell you to go get that. You can actually get a PC for a couple $100 more, and then you have both platforms. You get what I'm saying? So yes, resolution wise, definitely, if you want graphics, it's a no-brainer. Go with the Xbox One X. But if you want games, then we run into the same problem again where you have better looking games, but less of them. You get what I'm saying? Or you have exclusives that look good. And that's a hard choice. And the smart choice to me would be to go with the person who's giving you a reason to buy the exclusives if they look good and it's that and third. Now, when you looked at Assassin's Creed Origin, the graphics were noticeably more improved on one versus the other. But was it enough to switch and pay another $500 just to play some games with higher FPS and more resolution, or to get those exclusives? Because look at all the exclusives getting ready to come out. You get what I'm saying? And what do we have in sight for the Xbox One X right now? And unfortunately, when I did this video, I had to keep all those things in mind and come here and be honest with y'all. I can't come here and lie to y'all because then y'all going to be looking at me like, yo, this dude Jimmy is up here not telling the truth. The truth is, I'm sitting here with my Xbox One X, pardon me, and I have nothing to play on it because I played all of the games. I'm a gamer. I played all of the Xbox One X games. Cuphead was the last game they brought out, and I beat that a month ago. What? How long ago did I beat Cuphead? What do I play now? You get what I'm saying? There's still games like Yakuza, Destiny 2. Now, I'm not naming exclusives, I'm just naming the games that I'm going to be able to play. I can take some of the games I was playing on PS4 and switch those over to my Xbox, and then I have games to play. But I still have exclusives on one platform that I'm needing to beat. And I have no exclusives that I need to beat on Xbox. So I have that problem. And I can't sit up here and go, hey, Xbox One X is a great console. You should get it over any other console. But then what are you going to play if you're in the same boat as me? If you're a gamer and you played all of the hot shit, you played Halo, you played Gears, you played all the hot stuff, Quantum Break, how can I recommend you upgrade to this console just to play the same game over again? You get what I'm saying? So this is just where the honesty is kicking in. So unfortunately, that's the problem. Now, I'm kind of waiting to see what's the story with Battlefront 2, because I think that's going to be the determining factor in whether or not we're going to start seeing, these games show that they're going to be better on one console over the other. Assassin's Creed Origin, I kind of figured that Ubisoft would not make one like extremely better than the other, even though resolution-wise, Assassin's Creed Origin is definitely something that you would buy on the Xbox One X. There's no question about that. But like I said, they're going to have to continue to keep doing that, and we're going to have to see it, we're going to have to see it, because right now it's a game-by-game basis, and I want to see more. I just want to see more of that. So with that being said, man, that's just my opinion. I can't recommend you upgrade to the Xbox One X. I can't recommend that you buy it if you have not played an Xbox console. If you have a 4K TV, this is a no-brainer. Definitely check it out. But if you have an Xbox One S and you upgrade to this, it's not going to seem like much of a difference. Only in those few games that they have out. We need more time. So as of right now, 1 week in, yeah, I cannot recommend you upgrade to this console. That's just my honest opinion, man. Actually, I've been spoke on that. I mean, 4K 60 is something that PCs are not doing, so nobody should expect any of these games to be doing 4K 60. Even PCs that claim they could do 4K 60 are lying. You saw when I streamed Assassin's Creed Origin. If you go to my video, I set everything to ultra, and it told me I was only using about 40% of my graphics card, and for some reason, I was still only getting 47 frames average on Assassin's Creed, and that's with a 1080 Ti. So when it comes to these games in 4K 60, even on PC with SLI and all of that, you have to be careful. Yeah, people, he said everybody's dick riding. I mean, it's an exciting time. You got to understand, people finally got to see games perform better on their platform of choice over the other platform. A lot of people wanted to see a Digital Foundry report that games are running better on Xbox One X, and that happened with Assassin's Creed Origin. Now they're gonna have to continue to do that, and like I said, the potential is definitely there for this console to be great. I'm looking forward to buying most of my multi-plats on Xbox One X going forward, definitely. But as far as 4K 60 is concerned, we're not going to see that probably no time soon. I don't even think next generation we're going to see 4K 60, because you have PCs now and graphics cards coming out, and the 1180 Ti is not going to be able to do that. That card is not even out yet. Do you understand how much a PS5 and an Xbox One X2 or whatever they're going to call it is going to cost if you want to do 4K 60? You're going to be spending like $1,500 for the next console. So 4K 60 is a way off because PCs can't even do it. You can do 4K 60 on your 1080 because you are not doing Ultra. I don't think you heard what I said, Vision. I said that Assassin's Creed Origin on Ultra everything 4K 60 was giving me 47 frames per second on a 1080. I mean on a 1080 Ti. So I don't know how you have a 1080 and it can do better resolutions and graphics than my card, and mine is a 1080 Ti. So I'm not going to do the whole back and forth with you. I have the video up where I actually showed it, and it said I was only using 40% of my graphics card. But for some reason, the way the game was optimized, I was not getting 60 frames. And we already know it's because of the way they optimized the game. So it's not really always about the hardware either. It's about the bottlenecks, and it's about the optimization of these games. Assassin's Creed Origin is just very taxing on people's hardware. No matter what platform it's on, even on PC, it's very taxing. Now, other games, yeah, I'll get 4K 60, no problem. Ultra everything, fine. But Assassin's Creed Origins is not the game. And if you would like to, you can gladly go put Assassin's Creed Origins on your PC and benchmark it, and you'll see what I just said. So that's up to y'all. Because everything I'm saying, Digital Foundry said it. Because for some reason, when I say it, people think it's a lie. People think I don't know what I'm talking about. Digital Foundry said this in the video that they just posted this morning. So you can go look at that. You can go to the live stream I posted. Like I said, you'll see that I was using a 1080 Ti Ultra settings, and I was getting 47 frames as an average frame rate. Now, of course, there were times when it went up and there was times when it went down. But I was not getting 60 locked. It was not happening. He said, fuck the view count. People got review copies of the Xbox One X that don't even play games. And honestly, that's another reason why I don't understand why people behave the way that they do. They cared more about people talking about this console who don't give a fuck about it than actual people that do. And that should tell you right there. That should tell you right there. So anyway, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's the type of stuff I'm trying to avoid talking about, because it really don't matter, and it's not gonna get us anywhere to talk about it. That's how it is, man. If you the man, you know, you can wipe your ass with a company's products. As long as you show it on camera, they don't care. You know. But anyway, yeah, that's my opinion, man. If you have an Xbox One S, then you don't really need to upgrade to this console just yet. There's no reason to, because you played all of the games that they had to offer, unless you want to play those games over in 4K. Half of these games that they're upgrading, the patches don't seem right, and they're not upgrading correctly. The HDR seems a little bit off on some of these games. So Microsoft, in my opinion, just needs a little bit more time to get this right. I think they will. I think in another month, if we come back this time next month and I do my Xbox X impressions 1 month later, we may be having a different discussion. As a matter of fact, I will do that. I'll wait a month and come back, or I'll wait a couple weeks when I see I'll wait till I see a couple of things going right, and then I'll come back and be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, this is this and this is that. Because right now, the Xbox community is not going to really pay attention to my opinion anyway. because they don't want to hear the truth. They want to kind of be in their bubble, and that's cool. I don't want to be popping their bubble. If they're over there celebrating, popping champagne, I don't want to be the person to come kicking the door and tell them turn the music down and shut up. It's too late. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, turn the music down. It's after 10 p.m. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the Grinch who stole Christmas. But in my opinion right now, this is just my honest opinion, it's definitely not worth spending $500 just to play the same games over. No, I did not test out the free sync capabilities because right now the games are not really free sync is something you don't really care about for 30 frames. I don't know if you know, like, you know, what we're talking about here, like platforms, consoles, these games that are 30 frames to 60 frames, they're giving you the 60 frames. Gears gave me 60 frames, but the games are running in 30 frames for the most part. So there's no need to be testing free sync on 30 FPS games. I mean, for what reason? You get what I'm saying? That's just like, that's overkill. I wouldn't test a free sync on a 30 FPS max game. Yeah, well, definitely the narrative is true. $500 to play old games is definitely the true narrative. But once again, if you say that to a lot of people that they just got the chance to see Digital Foundry, you know, justify their purchase, they're going to be mad at you. They're not going to hear that. So yes, I'll keep it 100. That is the narrative. $500 to play old games. But I'm not going to be saying that out loud because what's going to happen is people are going to hate you for saying that. And if you're a YouTuber and you say stuff like that, people will stalk you. They will go crazy. They will have people trying to kill you. And, you know, people are crazy, man. So you got to be careful. Like I said, I'm trying to be more responsible about what I say, man, because I don't want to be up here just igniting fires and burning buildings because people will get mad when you say things that are truthful. And unfortunately, the truth is they have no games to play that will justify the console right now. Like I said, they needed a game to come out with the console. That's all they needed to do. They needed like Crackdown. If Crackdown was everything they said it would be, and it came out on November 7th, then that would have been great. They needed something to come out with it like Gears 4. Like I said in my unboxing of the Xbox One X, which I think y'all should go watch if you haven't. If Gears 4 came out the same day as the Xbox One X, shit would be lit. It would be amazing. But there's no game to come out with it to showcase it. People are going to say Forza 7, but once again, that's for the car enthusiasts. I don't care about playing Forza 7, so I'm in the boat of, damn, there's nothing for me to play. If I wanted to play Forza 7, I would have got that when it came out. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to be real. And unfortunately, like I said, I know I'm going to have that secret animosity from people for saying this. But I just couldn't lie to y'all. For those of you who came and clicked on the video, I can't lie to you. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to start lying to y'all to be accepted by people. So with that being said, man, you know, I could take the B and I could take the hate. You know what I'm saying? But this is just me giving you my honest opinion. I tried to find a lot of reasons to make this video and tell y'all things like, yo, this, that, and the third. The only thing I could tell you is if you do not have an Xbox and you want to play one and you got a 4K TV, then this is fine. Now, one other tip I will give y'all that a lot of Xbox dudes don't really talk about, they'll probably talk about it now that I'm saying it here. The Xbox Game Pass is a great service for $10. Some of those games in there do have Xbox One X enhanced titles. Recall, Devil May Cry, Dead Island. There's a couple of games in there. If you haven't played these games, yeah, some of them are old, granted. Halo 5 is in there. There's a lot of games in there that if you have not got a chance to play them, you throw them a little $10, or if you buy the console, it comes with it. It comes with a 1 month free. You could rock that joint. So you could rock that. You could really, you know, get a little value out of that. And that's something that I think more people should talk about, because that season pass has potential. That Game Pass that Xbox offers has potential to be a nice little situation for them. Like I said, if they put games in there exclusively, that shit would take off, man. And now you got all these other places planning on doing the same thing. EA Access, GameStop, all these places planning on doing rental services to get y'all to, you know, get those games. Then yeah, the hardware will be perfect once you could just go subscribe and play all your games on one place. But for right now, it's not really worth it. Yeah, the Game Pass is very nice, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I'm working on a video. I'm gonna like talk about that and break it down, but a lot of people don't talk about that, and that's a very good service. Very good service. Xbox did a good job with that. I want to see how far that goes because I like that service a lot. I'm using Game Pass. I love Game Pass. I've been using Game Pass for since it came out. I've been using it 2 or 3 months now. I got one game that I play, beat, uninstall it, and download another one. I'm playing what am I playing on my Game Pass right now? I'm playing Watch Dogs, but that was the free game to play. I'm rebeating that on Game Pass. I'm currently trying to play Resident Evil 6. But I just recently downloaded Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that next. I'm about to try that next. But that's a dope service, man. And not to take shots at the pony side, but that's way better than that PlayStation Now service. So definitely, they can learn a thing or two about a thing or two from that Game Pass. Because if PlayStation do that, forget about it. Y'all would go ham off that service if PlayStation did it. So don't think Xbox ain't do it right, because they did that right. That's one thing they got right. You gotta give them their props when they do something like that. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here, man. Unless people got any questions about this Xbox One X topic, anything else, of course, I'm not really getting into that right now. But if y'all got any topics or anything related to that, hit me up. Jimmy, do you think that the Game Pass is lowering the quality of games with gold each month since it launched? Yes, I do definitely think that, and I'm glad you asked me that because I noticed that. They seem like they're pointing everything towards the Game Pass and making games with gold very light. So I have to agree with what you insinuate and say, yes, I think that's exactly what's happening. I think that they are definitely making games with gold weak in order to get people to get the Game Pass, because they're enticing you more and more by adding games to it. Because every month they give you the free game, they add like 7 games to the Game Pass that are very interesting. If you didn't play them, you're going to want to play them. They have Mad Max in there. They have Dead Island in there. They have Halo 5 in there. Look at that. That's one of their exclusives you can't get anywhere else. If you buy an Xbox One X right now, you can play Halo 5 for free for a whole month. And you'll beat that game in a month. Definitely beat that game in a month, and you get it for free. If you buy an Xbox One X, you get like 100 free games right now. So it's definitely worth it. I'm currently making a video on the Game Pass now, actually. I'm editing it right now. So that'll be dropping soon. You playing doo-doo. Actually, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I heard a lot of people say Resident Evil 6 was a bad game. I actually very much enjoyed it and beat it, and I plan on playing it again. And I'm currently messing around with it on the Xbox, and I'm enjoying that game. I actually liked Resident Evil 6. I thought it was a fun, action-packed game. Now, I played every Resident Evil and beat it. This Resident Evil by far was weird, but I still enjoyed it. I like the whole co-op team, 3 stories in one. I like it. It was a little bit over the top, but I actually liked it. I enjoyed the action in it. I'm a Resident Evil fan, man. I'm a real big Resident Evil fan. Yo, John, yeah, shout out to you, bro. I didn't see you in so long, man. John is one of like the first people that subscribed to my channel. I haven't seen you in, I feel like I ain't seen you in like over a year, dog. I hope everything's cool with you, by the way. I haven't seen you in so long. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna get out of here, man. I don't want to make this too long of a video. I just wanted to give my 1 week impression of the game, man. Yo, King Bean, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Do you feel like certain people hype of the X just so they can act like they are gamers? Cuphead. I see the shot, bro. I look, I'm trying to be a good boy, man, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding on what's going on. Like, people gonna have to kind of hype that up. You gotta understand something. Look, let me be real and try not to get too crazy, so I don't want nobody mad. Some people have to kind of do that because they put themselves in a situation where that's what their whole channel is about. That's what their whole context is about. You can't expect them to come up here and just shit on everything that they talked about now. You know, and plus, not for nothing, the console do need time. When the Pro came out, it was the same exact situation. And The Last of Us was running bad and all that, and people was telling me on the podcast I was wrong, yada, yada, yada. This is how it is when new hardware comes out. The developers have to learn it. They have to learn how to optimize it and tweak it and play with it and get it right. I'm not going to completely bash the Xbox One X because I know that's the situation. In another month from now, we might be having a whole different discussion. Am I grabbing the gold edition of Resident Evil? Nah, I already got it. So all I have to do is get the season pass in order to make my game the gold edition. So I'm definitely not going to get it. I don't enjoy the DLC expansions of these games. I've been trying it. Like I said, I just tried Dead Rising DLC. It's really bad. It's terrible. Every time they add DLC to these games, it's really bad. It's something about it that's not enjoyable. I know going forward in 2018, I'm not going to be fucking with DLC no more. It's just never good anymore. Everything they add is like they just did it to say they did something. He said, when did people on the podcast say that? I don't know, man. You got selective hearing. So I'm not going to get into when people said I was lying. You should just listen to the podcast and find out for yourself. There was a whole segment when I was being attacked about that. Anyway, yo, I'm going to get out of here, man. Most DLC is trash. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like late, but you know what I've been noticing about the DLC? They've been actually doing a thing where they judge the DLC based off the success of the game, and it's not how they wanted it to be. Then they just put a half-ass effort into the DLC. That's why I'm realizing when they promise DLC and you see what they actually end up coming out with, it's like never what you really expected, and it's based off the success of the game. Like GTA 5. They did successful, and now they keep releasing DLC because it makes you want to buy the shark cards and things of that nature. So they're making money off of it. But remember, they promised us campaign expansions, and they never gave it to us because they made so much money off the shark cards. So it really depends on how the game does, how the DLC turns out. Yeah, I mess with Kung Fu movies, of course. I have the Frozen Wilds DLC. I need to try that. I'm probably going to play that over the weekend. I'll probably live stream it. Oh, just so that you guys know, I'm going to do a first impression live stream of Mario because I didn't play it yet. I do have it sitting here in front of me on the desk. So I will be playing Mario Lost Odyssey to give my honest impression and opinion of that game. I'm going to play Zelda Breath of the Wild a little bit just to show Nintendo a little bit of love. I'm going to stream a couple of the games. Yeah, I know those are going to be free streams. I'm not going to be making no money. They're going to claim the videos and all that nonsense. But I'm still going to do it just to show a little Nintendo love and, to let you guys know why I like Zelda so much. So hopefully you guys will come to those streams. That will be sometime over the next week, over the weekend, whenever I get a chance to. So, yes, yeah, man, you got selective hearing, my man, because you just asked me a question like that. Like the Weapon Wheel podcasting just happened, and people wasn't saying that the Last of Us, when they patched it for the Pro, I was saying that the patch just messed the game up, and somebody else on the podcast was saying that I was not telling the truth, and I was. So if you got selective hearing, if you don't remember that whole dialogue where we was going back and forth about that, when you say you don't hear a whole section of a podcast and you say, when did that happen and who said it, and you keep questioning me about things that I say, then you have selective hearing, because every time I say something, you're questioning what I said and questioning, was it true and did it happen? And honestly, that's why I don't really like answering you a lot of times, because you're doing it because you're trying to be funny or you're trying to act like I'm lying, and I don't have time for that, like I said. So I took a second to address you just to let you know you can go back to the podcast and listen to that section. Super sampling. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, enough of that because I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna get out of here, man. So you're gonna see a couple of streams from me. I got another review I'm working on. I might have that review up tomorrow, or tomorrow's Friday. So I'm either have that review up tomorrow or Saturday. Please check out that review. You will probably want to hear that review. It's another game that's not out yet. I won't talk about what game it is, but I will have another review coming up either tomorrow or Saturday, man. I'm out of here, yo. Y'all take it easy, man. Shout out to everybody that was in here. Smooth was right about what, man? Let me hover over this button real quick. Smooth was right about what? Somebody about to get that ass blocked, boy. Hold on, I'm not leaving just yet. I need to see if I need to block this guy, because he be starting too much shit in the chat all the time. What happened? Smooth was right about what, man? He said he never right. No, I want to see what this guy gonna say because I think I'm starting to realize this is somebody on a sock account. Dude is always trying to start some shit on the line. I be ignoring. But if you want to get blocked that bad, man, let's go ahead and say what you got to say, man, so I can block you. I ain't doing this fuck shit no more. The Last of Us super sampling. See, listen, I want to show y'all something real fast in the chat. And I'm not doing this to do drama. I just want to show y'all something. This guy in the chat just said, matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all. Let me pop it up because I want to show y'all why people don't listen. Y'all need to listen to my videos more often, by the way, because people don't be knowing what they be talking about. And I be trying to tell y'all the truth about shit. And I constantly get attacked. And people act like I don't know what I be talking about. But I actually do know what I be talking about. So let me close this video. I want to show y'all this real fast. All right. I'm going to screen share with y'all real quick, right? All right, y'all can see this. You were wrong about The Last of Us super sampling. Now, this is what I be talking about when people don't listen and they try to push a narrative. And this is why I get a little irritated when people attack my gaming credibility or talk about me as a gamer like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, The Last of Us I never spoke about super sampling. I said when they patched The Last of Us for the PS4 Pro, the PS4 Pro patch messed the game up. And they had to go and repatch the game to fix it. I never said anything about super sampling. So this is what I mean when people go with a narrative because they got this thing in their head that I don't know what I'm talking about. And they start saying shit that has nothing to do with what I said. And they run around and they start talking behind my back and spreading this information. And now there's people running around here who go, Jimmy be lying and Jimmy don't know what he's talking about. When meanwhile, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know what I said. I never said what you just said. I never talked about The Last of Us having super sampling. I don't play games in 1080p, first of all. No, I want to correct this. I'm not going to block them. But I want to correct this. I don't play games in 1080p, so why the fuck would I give a fuck about super sampling? Super sampling is for people who play games in 1080p. I'm not going to buy an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro to play my fucking games in 1080p super sample. Sorry. I mean, I know that's a good thing that people do and all that, but I would not do that. If I'm going to buy an Xbox One X, I'm going to put it on a 4K TV, or I'm going to wait till I have a 4K TV, because that super sampling stuff, yes, it's true, but that's bullshit designed for you to run out and keep upgrading your hardware. So if I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do it half-assed. I'm not going to go, let me get the upgraded console, but playing on an old TV. Why the fuck would you play a new console on an old TV? You already know you fucking up. That's knowing is half the battle. Like, you get an old TV and play a new console, you're defeating the purpose of buying a new console, because the new console is for new shit. Get you a new TV and get you a new console, and you're going to feel like you just took a time travel into the future. So I learned that lesson with the PS3 when I was playing it on the old TV. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to be talking to y'all about super sampling because I don't play it no 1080p. The only games I play at 1080p is like the Switch. The game has no choice. If there's no alternate version with a higher resolution, then I play at 1080p or under. But if the game has a 4K version, a 1440p version, a 1292p version, that's the version I'm going to play. So when it comes to shit like super sampling, no disrespect or nothing like that, I don't play like that. I'm not a peasant. I work hard every day. I'm playing my shit at the best quality settings I could get. And the reason I'm on console instead of PC is because console is more convenient. When I be trying to stream and all that in 4K, that's very taxing on the CPU. It's easier to just play it on console. So that's the reason I do that. Why is your comment under review? Yeah, because you probably be wilding. Oh no, everything's good, man. I'm not tripping or nothing. I want y'all to think I'm mad. They're not so good. I just wanted to let him know that I didn't say that, because I be seeing people slandering me like crazy, man. Like, I don't be saying nothing, but that slander be growing legs. when dudes be in other chats and other places having conversations, and they be like, yeah, this dummy Jimmy was talking about The Last of Us has super sampling. I never said no shit like that. So, you know, every now and again, you kind of got to let people know, like, yo, listen, that's not what I said. I know what I do be talking about, you know, because people out here be swearing up and down on the stack of Bibles that I'm lying and I don't know what I'm doing and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, I've been gaming a lot longer than them. But anyway, it's not about the nonsense. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all be good. God bless all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out, man. And if you want to know my opinion of the Xbox One X after 4 days with it, go to the beginning of the video, man. If not, like I said, I'm gonna give it a couple days, couple weeks, and I'll come back and update this opinion, or I might drop a review if I could get some, you know, information to put together. Other than that, man, look forward to a couple of first impression live streams and games and a review coming very soon, man. God bless everybody. Peace and love, man. Be safe out there, and it's all good, man. I'm gonna see who that was like 2 or 3 weapon wheels ago. Oh, okay. Peace, everybody.